Careers in communication are hot. And why not when there is so much to offer in the fields of advertising, journalism, and public relations? Print journalism is the oldest form of mass communication. Over the years, it has seen major changes. The simple reporting of yesteryear has now become a highly specialized professional field.
In print, for example, in a newspaper, you could be a sub-editor, which would involve editorial production. What you do is you get news from various sources, you edit them, you design the pages, send them off to the press for printing. Or you could be a reporter, which would involve you going outside, looking for news, writing it, giving it to the desk, which would then be taken over by the sub-editor. To my mind, if you want to become a good journalist, you have to have a love of the language, and you have to have a flair for writing. And flair for writing does not mean you have to use long descriptive words or flowery words. You have to have a passion for precision, which means simplicity and clarity, because you are looking at readers who come from a diverse background.
Newspapers and magazines like the Times of India and the India Today no longer just sources of information, but are brands that are trying to improve their visibility and increase their readership. What is this but brand equity? Something that every product in the market is vying for. This makes brand managers the most sought-after marketing professionals.
Just imagine if every brand was to have a media professional involved in it, imagine the number of jobs going out there for media professionals. I think the market is big and the market is bound to boom. The media professional can really impact branding in its image building state of mind. Fundamentally, the brand is a thought. It is a thought that rests in a consumer's mind at a given point of time. Media professionals can actually help engineer this thought in the mind of a consumer.
Branding builds the personality of a product, but it is advertising that communicates it. Advertising has always aroused mixed emotions among the consumers, and it is one of the most exciting and creative fields to be in.
This is an ideal profession to join if you're interested in copywriting, visualizing, art direction, or related fields like films, being a film executive, film editing, photography, fashion design, all these related industries. Advertising is really the hotbed, and from there you can launch a profession which you'll find very fulfilling. Fortunately, there are no rules. That's the good news about youngsters wanting to join the creative side of advertising. There are no specific skill sets required.
Is advertising by itself sufficient? Often, companies need public relations to enhance the message. Advertising and PR actually complement each other. Industries and institutions engage PR agencies to cast and present their image in the best possible light.
Gone are the days when you just was an outgoing person who was smart and fluent in English and you thought you were made up for PR. Not anymore. Today, I think you need a professional qualification, which means that you need to understand PR as a subject, its various aspects, and what it actually entails to be a PR person, then actually have live project and client exposure, then have the skills of analysis and the ability to understand, handle situations sensitively and delicately, and also ability to apply yourself to nitty-gritties even if it's a large event or function. I think those would be the key criteria or characteristics or traits that is going to be part and parcel of every successful PR professional's arsenal.
PR is used to generate and portray a positive image of the company. Similar efforts are made by corporate communications. Corpcom also plays an active role in-house.
Corporates are looking largely to communication professionals to help build their image and credibility. I see a huge amount of scope for corporate communication professionals. Whether it is, they can be looking at a corporate communication department which works with different departments to help build the credibility, or they could be special department-focused communication professionals where they could focus only on internal communication, where they work with HR, or they could be a press department which deals only with the media and press related activities.
Event management is an exciting field to be in. It may look easy to the outsiders, but it's all about planning and coordinating, sometimes months ahead, each event glamorous and successful.
Basically, if you're looking at getting into into an event management company, the thing that most management companies would look for in a person is one is the ability to work hard to really get your hands dirty and to ensure that things get done. Coordination skills are very important, communication skills, because you'll be dealing with all kinds of people from all kinds of fields. Somebody who's willing to put in the hours, somebody who doesn't have an issue about going back home late, who will be working late, because hours are very regular as far as events are concerned. And of course, most importantly, somebody who has the passion to get things done.
A successful event is one that is presented well, and design is one of the most important aspects of presentation. This is where technology comes in.
Computer designing has been making ground in the fields of education, filmmaking, television, business advertising, and published media. The computer design refers to those software applications that combine and synchronize multiple types of media, such as voice, animation, text, illustration, photos, video, and graphics to achieve fantastic results.
Software tools are an integral part of filmmaking, be it editing, music, or animation. But you need to learn the basic concepts of filmmaking to deliver a good product.
If you want to join a television channel or a production house in the field of audio visual, then you must have a sound technical knowledge of the equipment, and you should know your way around things, as they say. If an industry, if a renowned person says, give me a BNC cable, then you should be able to give it to him without the blink of an eye. You shouldn't wonder at that spot what is a BNC cable. So this is a small example. You should know your technical stuff, and the opportunities are there in television channels, advertising production houses, and of course feature film production companies.
Filmmaking has its roots in photography, the classic art that communicates a message by capturing moments and movements.
To be a good photographer, you need to have a very keen eye on light, on color, the way the light plays. I mean, you have different types of work that you're doing, and it's not always that you can control your lighting, because a lot of times you can't control your lighting. If you're doing outdoor photography, if you're doing candid pictures, you can not control your lighting. So you need to have a keen sense as to the play of light and the play of color. I think the dog's work of photography would be photojournalism, because you need to be very quick on your feet and quick on your mind, and you need to be at different places at different times, and you need to be really fast. You need to have your pulse on your society to find out what's happening where. Fashion photography is the really glamorous part of photography.
Photojournalism deals with real-life situations. It can inspire you to do something for society. India is a developing nation. Educating the poor and improving their lives is one of its top priorities. Development communication is one successful way of doing this.
The role of a communications consultant in almost any development work is increasingly visible. But it's not just consultancy I'm talking about. I'm talking about communications being a media advocacy person or a media producer or even a PR person. Social communications is increasingly being the need of the hour. And what are the skill sets required? I think importantly, there needs to be a synergy between technical skill sets in print, broadcast, and cyber media, but with a hands-on understanding of the development process.
While radio with its public service broadcast has always been a medium of development communication, FM stations have now come up to provide non-stop entertainment.
Definitely, if you look at, there is administration and logistics, which also play a very important part in a radio station. Apart from production, there is content research. Content research, I think, on a daily basis for an FM station is very vital. You know, the kind of content that you're able to generate. You have your pulse, you have your people who are checking content.
So there's a big future out there in terms of content. The other future, of course, that I see in radio is sales, marketing, and more than anything else, understanding radio listenership. That's a science. And it needs to be drilled down, you know, to the last digits so that advertisers get the maximum, you know, for what they pay. Today the fight is really out there, what kind of money can you get from your advertiser? And to make it worth his while, you need to be able to analyze listenership. Now that's an area I think is going to develop into a very big future.
So it is clear, if you choose a career in communication, there are plenty of options. There will always be a need for information and entertainment, and the media will always require skilled and efficient professionals. Where do you want to be tomorrow?